Once a day, you can reduce oncoming damage by 2d6 freely. Free action. You also have advantage on death saving throws. So yeah. Nothing happens. You don't get, like, I don't know, explode in fire or get struck by lightning or anything like that.
I don't feel cursed.
Well, that's good. Then again, curses might take a bit to build up, so we'll keep our eyes on you. Regardless, brooch is yours. I will say, Racy, you do feel something stirring you in your mind. It's an unfamiliar feeling. It's a feeling of, how to describe it. I guess it's really unfamiliar to you in specific in retrospect. It's a feeling of familial belonging. Or at least something close to familial. Like, if it feels like you know where you are in the world and you're content with it. Not in like a physical sense, but like in a I don't know, moral, spiritual sense. If I were to attribute this to a more relatable description, it's the feeling of good people doing good work and being rewarded with good reward. Justice, so to speak.
I do feel something. Oh.
Varric raises an eyebrow.
This brooch is very welcoming.
Abigail's like writing frantically in her book. In what sense? Do you feel like you need to go somewhere right now?
Well, yes, I feel like I need to go find Ian, but not because of this.
Okay, noted. If you guys really want, we could go on the whole time to help Caleb look, but I want to focus on this first.
It feels as though I'm a part of something. The Jotun would call it an ordning.
Ordning. I'm not familiar with it. I've heard stories of giants, but nothing of a specific faction?
Yes, something like that. Within each of the true Jotun, there was, they had a way to place value on each other and gain camaraderie. How humans would likely place value on who has the greater sexual resume. Yes, like that.
That came out of left field.
That's it.
I mean, it just like gets a huge smile, like just flops her head into the book, and just you guys see her face is covered by her hair. You guys see her like laughing quietly. Right. Okay. So clans, something like that.
Yes, something like that.
Classes, so to speak. So it feels like you belong to a class.
Yes, yes. Like, supposed to belong, though. However, shouldn't we return this to whoever it was?
That's what I was saying.
Varric shrugs.
Maybe even just track them down and see if they want it back. They'd deliberately leave it behind after all.
Good point. Well, I suppose we can go try looking for him. See if they want it back, and if not, then keep a hold of it. Now the question is, how the hell are we going to find them?
Shrug.
Yeah, that is a.
He's a pretty big and notable fella, but there's probably a lot of people that would fall into that category.
It's expeditionary force, definitely.
Oh, there was who? There was somebody that followed him after he left.
Okay.
I have.
Oh,
Don't know much.
yeah.
That's not much help either. We're still looking for strangers.
But they're, from the sounds of it, they're second waivers.
They're not first waivers.
Yeah.
Jessie might know. She's good with faces.
Didn't you
She
say
might, if he's a
Charlotte, the person we talked to with paperwork and stuff? She had to talk to them at some point that day.
Yeah, definitely. If he's second waiver.
If they did their paperwork
That's a good
yesterday,
point, too.
you don't forget there's still 5 more days of paperwork for everyone.
That means he might be doing his paperwork today, maybe. So he might.
Or
be
he hasn't
asked,
done it at all yet, which is a more statistically likely chance.
I suppose.
5 out of 7 versus 2 out of 7.
By the way, going Expeditionary HQ sounds like it's probably the better bet.
We just left. Fine.
Well,
Oh, you were in such a hurry to leave!
Yeah, because we didn't have anything else to do there, and I really don't like Ember.
During this conversation, I would see if I could... I don't know. If I could use the brooch to maybe find that connection to him.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
What the fuck check would that be?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I honestly don't really know. Roll me it's force of personality. So roll my charisma check.
Barry said check, not save?
It doesn't matter. He has
Oh.
Yeah.
Would you like my
Luck again.
inspiration?
Oh yeah, I do have... I'll use
I
mine.
think a lot of you guys have
Who's yours?
inspirations.
I don't.
Okay.
Uh,
Hey!
That's probably the best we're gonna get.
17. Yeah. You, I don't really know how to bet. A commune with it. I don't know. You key in. I don't know, with the brooch and try to like petition to it. I suppose. Finding this this individual, and you feel that sort of higher frequency hum, the one that points deeper in, then stop. And then it resumes, but pointing somewhere else, not deeper, and then more akin to more towards the coast, if anything. Well, I said the coast. I didn't say the docks. That's different. In Tank County, this is all coast.
I think...
I'd say southwest. I don't know why I bothered caring about the west part. It's obviously west, but southwest.
I think southwest is the direction we should head.
Do you think it's going to get more specific than just...
Might explain how you know that?
Well, the brooch offered community. I asked.
Are you talking to the brooch?
He looks at Abigail as if like she's an expert on such. And she just... Yes? Any input on this? I think it's pretty self-explanatory what's happening.
Then explain.
If I need to explain it, you won't get it.
AK, you have no idea.
No, I know. It's just hard to convey in words. It's...
Totally.
She rolls her eyes. Okay, fine. Allow me to dumb it down for all of you. Magic items can have sentience. Yes, they can talk to you. Yes, they can attach to someone, even when they're not attuned. She holds up her book. This is one. If any of you have my book, it's worthless. It's my book. I imagine something similar happened just now, and as Ritzy so elegantly put it, he simply asked.
So, kind of like having a loyal dog. It just knows where its loyalty lies. Or is.
I suppose. Use whatever analogy you want. Again, it's hard to explain to someone that hasn't been in such a spiritual connection. You just know it will work.
See, that wasn't complicated.
It's not complicated because it wasn't meant to be. There's so much more to it, which I can't explain to you. So, Ritzy, I suppose you're our living divining rod. Would you mind taking the lead?
I will do my best.
Let's go. You guys head out. Now, it is a matter of pinpointing direction. Even if you have a compass, it's still, as many people that get lost in the world with compasses can attest, it's not so easy. So, you guys set out from Lena and Varric's abode. Varric, locking his house before you guys fully depart it. And you guys get walking. Ritzy, roll me perception. Roll me a perception. 10.
Last lucky boy.
Okay, I was gonna say in before that one. 15. You, whether or not you questioned it before, I don't know, but it's definitely more confirmed that it is pointing to a living person, mostly because you notice that it actually is moving. Not just because you're moving, like you could stand still and you'll note that it actually does sort of barely have a flicker of fluctuation. Again, at this distance of miles, it's moving is only so noticeable relatively, but you do know that it is pointing to a mobile, whatever, living person, thing, whatever.
Yeah, I would point this up and kind of like look up, look around. It is definitely pointing to a person, and they are on the move.
Quickly or at their own leisure?
Can't really tell.
Be able to tell how far away they are?
I assume somewhere before the water?
Probably safe, but
I mean, that would be a safe assumption.
nevertheless,
Well,
let's
that's
assume
pretty
moving
concerning.
quickly. Yeah. As long as he's not pointing upwards.
Or downwards as well.
Downwards you could work with. They're probably in the sewers at that point. If it was up, that's something. Nevertheless, let's act as if they're moving quickly and away from us.
Gotcha.
It's not as if the brooch can convey up or down anyway, so they might be below you guys.
That's a good point.
No.
It's like a flat surface. So, you guys get moving. Might all three of you roll me D100s? I have some stuff in mind. I just want to see which ones I want to go through. Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, God, a 9.
Oh, shit.
Okay, reroll.
There we
Double
go.
nines it doesn't help me in determining what events happen. It's not better, it's lower, so.
Oh, well.
We'll take the 35. We'll take the 35.
Okay.
Alright. Open up ye olde table. That's what was it? It was 71. Okay, so that 74 would have been like arbitrary anyways, because it's so close to 71. So yeah, we'll use that 35. And we lost O. God damn it. Alright. Now the question is, what's the order that these happen in? So that's the 9. Okay.
By the way, I don't know if I said this last session, but she would have given the branch to Quark to put in the bag. Because she doesn't want the thing.
Okay. As you guys are traveling along, going through the streets of the residential district, again, this is relatively to scale, roughly. I don't know. You guys aren't too far away from Lena and Varric's abode when you guys hit one of the main streets, and as such, hit the mortal streams of people, the crowds and such. Not as busy or as loud or rumbly as the lot in front of Expeditionary HQ, or going into it rather. But there's a stream of people. There's enough space that you guys could dip, duck, and dodge between people. Yeah, no. But it's like people that walk in lines and block up like the sidewalk, and you're like, motherfucker, get the fuck out of the way. Yeah, it's like that, except you guys can force your way past your expeditionaries. Yay. As you guys are walking, you guys hear from, you assume they're first waivers because they address the person in question as a second waiver. And yeah, you guys might do that too, but there's a specific tone to it, intonation rather, that they say second waiver. It's a very much a classic case of us versus them sort of tonation to it. Differentiation, distinguishment. These two first waivers are talking. I imagine you guys are just, like, I don't know, 10 feet behind them or something. I don't know. 5 feet. They have a line, and you guys are making a line. They're talking about how troublesome and worrying the second wave is, not just because of the incident happening prior, which you guys hear that on a lot of people's lips, that hey, did you hear at the Wayfarer's Fork there was a bar brawl? Oh really? Between who? Some second waivers and some first waivers. Did we win at least? I know, it all got shut down apparently. Damn. Yeah, it's the talk of the town, at least for right now. Not in the highly notorious sense, but it does have a little bit of stigma in it. But anyways, these two gentlemen in front of you are talking to one another, and they're talking about how you guys are worrying and troublesome because of the point I just brought up, but worrying because they were saying that earlier a second waiver like came up and solicited them. You mean like begging? No, well, sort of begging, I guess. Oh god, she wasn't begging for coin. What was she on about then? She was talking about she wanted a clasp of precious metal. What? Maybe it's a fancy way of begging. I don't know. It's only been the second day since they got here, and they're already coming to that. Maybe she's just touched in the head. I don't know. That's still not a good sign of having second waivers are touched in the head on the second day. You raise a good point. It's always the same two people.
Every time, somehow they're always there.
No, the two people from before were second waivers, so it can't be the same two. The same 4 people. All of you guys roll me your insight. Or not insights, perceptions. Perception.
8.
Oh, you guys
that's crap.
You guys are not...
No, not with it.
Today's just not your guys' day for perceiving stuff, like I say.
You just want to say.
Yeah, take it down. Yeah, it's not your guys' day. You have a +5 too, so you rolled a 3.
I know.
Ooh!
There
okay.
we go.
Sure.
I'm right to say pulls through.
That's inside, but it's the same thing. I could keep the 18. You know
did I roll the wrong thing? I'm sitting.
Yeah, it's fine. You have a +3, right, to perception? Yeah, you have a +3.
Yeah.
So that's a 22. Okay. You know that there's something intriguing about these two people who, in your head, are the same people. They're dressed in a similar style as Korik and Fia, which is to say, not entirely dressed in armor and dressed in a distinguish. Well, I guess in the case for you, Fia, you're a bit more of a researcher attire,
Mhm.
I guess. And in the case of Korik, like handsome mercenary. Don't get me wrong. It's not like they copied your outfit. Oh my gosh, you wore the same dress to prom sort of style. But just the aesthetic
Mhm.
attire is similar. So the robe is different, but it's still like held together in the same style. The clothes are different, but they still try to capture that, roguish charm.
Hmm.
They look similar to a couple of you.
I pointed this out to Fia, like, do you recognize this? That's the same style as your clothes are in. I didn't realize what you were wearing was so common.
I mean,
It's like a
Yeah.
a subtle insult.
But he
I
doesn't
don't
know
really
it's
know how to
insulting.
take that. Okay. I don't know them, I'm afraid.
Are you from a order or something?
Are you in a
that is
gang?
common?
Yeah, that's it.
Only the Gucci
We're the rough and tough researchers. Haha.
We're fucked. We
rough
invent
and
blood of the
so,
Crips.
so the rats, the rough and tough, the rats,
Yes.
Ah,
Group name.
the
God
rats.
damn it,
The
no.
rats.
No, call yourselves the rat catchers, and then you'll really be true to adventurers.
And then we're just hunting Skaven the entire time.
Yeah, maybe.
Ugh.
We are known as chicken chasers.
But why
Chicken
though?
chaser.
Because they're chasing
Oh,
our
look at
cock.
the chicken chaser. Fable. But yeah, Fia, you get this similarity pointed out to you by Ritzy.
I mean, I don't know them personally, but can I have a look and see what they're wearing? See if I would recognize it, I guess. If there's any.
I mean, they're wearing robes. Like that's
So that's it. It's
like
not
if you
there's
tie
like-
off your robes at the sleeve, then they do so as well. If you tie it off at like the waist, like make it adhere to your form a bit more, they do so as well. You do note that they also have a very strong resting bitch face. That or they just
What
look.
the hell?
we're at a club.
They're actually
Um,
just jacking your style.
Must prove dominance. Electrocute them.
That's it. I must be more.
Go
Yeah.
T-pose on them.
And see if they're very, very short as well. I'm just going to take offense because that's definitely just.
They're shorter than the other guy at least.
Just crouching
Damn
down.
it! God damn it!
They're not as short as you.
Wait a minute, I was going to write down something. I completely forgot what it was. Ugh, it's fine. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Oh, that's fine. Well, I start walking over to him.
Okay, they're like just 10 feet ahead of you, so you quick walk and catch up to them, and you're just like they notice your shadow before you. It's really They both just sort of stop. Can we help you?
Yes, you were talking about a second waiver that I was looking for a brooch. To know
The
look
the
for.
clasp. So the guy gestures to the other guy who was telling him the story. It's yeah. It's a woman. Bandaged arms, not like they're bleeding or anything, like more akin to like a woodsman, like trying to make sure they aren't covered. Anyways, I got like a braid belt, black hair, very very tan. She has a green hood.
Did she seem concerned, or?
I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't really know her, so
Fair.
Oh,
and yeah, that's blue shirts, dark gray pants.
Where was this?
I was by the garden walk, south of here, towards the grove.
Why does that sound like a lie?
Roll
I
inside.
think
You
he's-
think it's a lie.
I'm gonna roll insight. I'm going to assume it's probably because he's terrified of the goddamn Minotaur. And that's what she thinks.
Mm. South of here,
I
the
hate having shit insight.
southwest of here, garden walk, right next to the grove. Yeah. Anything else you need?
oh. No, thank you. That is very helpful. Have you met my friend Fia? Yeah, I couldn't help but notice the resemblance.
But he looks at his he looks at the other friend. He looks back at you. Feel that. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, huh? You guys are the same tailor or something? Or he gets a punch from his friend. Ow.
I mean, maybe. Well, clearly you have a great sense of taste.
You as well. Hi, I'm Clarence. Nice to meet you. This is Noel.
Nice to meet you. My friend here is.
He's very intimidating.
Yes, that I suppose so.
Don't worry,
Fia.
he's honestly
Very
probably
does
more afraid
give
of you
off-
than you are of him.
Fia.
It does give off that impersonation.
Varric just shrugs. That's
Yeah,
Wow, it's a pleasure to see someone as lovely as you can have the same style as me.
same, I suppose. Just standing there really awkwardly, like.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is
how
really
do
awkward
I-
for like all parties involved.
Anyways,
Yeah,
get
we
going.
should get going.
Yeah, we should go as well. It was lovely
Yeah.
meeting you.
Yeah, pleasure.
Ritzy finally catches on, and he tries to imitate the look Korik told him that people give others when they're trying to
Oh no.
when they're trying to get it positive attention from them.
And
But he
God.
just butchers it horribly.
Oh wait, is this that like the was it wait?
the smile, the
smirk.
smirk.
The smirk, the smirk. Yeah,
but it looks like scary.
He's just showing off way too much teeth or something.
Seductive smirk.
He doesn't have a follow-up plan, so it's just that, and he just sits there.
We're gonna go.
Oh, okay, yeah,
way.
we're gonna. I'm just gonna grab his. Let's go, big guy. Come on. Ritzy.
Have a good day.
Bye.
that was so
Bye.
embarrassing. Bye.
You guys walk away, and you guys hear Clarence and Noah talking to each other. Well, that was very jarring. It was, but I got to meet a lovely lady, at least. Yeah, good for you. I was sort of busy looking at the Minotaur. And that's around. You guys are out of earshot.
Yeah, as we're getting pulled away. I think that went well.
Surprisingly
I think my
so.
face is-
Abigail's covering her mouth, but you could see like through the cracks of her fingers, a wide smirk. Yeah, I think it went rather well as well.
You have to admit, it could have been much worse.
Yes, and it's a shame it didn't.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna self-combust just from that. Can we just? Oh, like my face is just. Oh,
Let's go to the
radiating.
garden walk.
Yeah.
Unless you guys want to still follow up on the brooch. Garden walk isn't exactly southwest or wherever it's pointing right now. It's direct south.
From our starting position, it'd be southwest, so could be.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
might be
good
I
going-
mean, it's still
Yeah,
pulling you. It didn't
probably
the pulse, the humming of a direction didn't stop. It's been going this whole time.
Oh, does it seem to coincide with what they just told us?
No. So if you guys were to imagine I'll use this really bright green. If you guys are right here,
Oh, so
I have no clue. I have no clue how long you guys have been traveling, but I
it's
assume we'll say you're right
that.
there. Yeah, so south, maybe not direct south, but it's hard to tell direction when you're in a fucking city, right? But the thing is still pointing you in a semi in this direction, like that.
I mean, that's
We didn't know how long ago they saw that person. Perhaps they've traveled this way.
Good point. Would have taken them time to get here from the Grove, anyways.
Could be connected, could not be. Only way to find out. Which way is that thing going?
Well, let's just keep following the mystery brooch trail, I suppose.
That's an
I
Unless
honest.
think
it
that
leads
is the
off
best
into the
idea,
sea.
yes.
Mm.
Mystery brooch. That could be a good group name.
Oh, we're
Really?
still thinking of group names.
I thought that's what we're all doing still. Don't get my ideas, love. Please don't.
I mean, I'm still rock solid on it. But
I'd
a
rather
second.
not be called the rats. Thank you very much.
It's
Wait,
a fun
goddamn
concept,
second.
but also
1,
Well.
2, 3,
6.
4. Oh, there's only 6.
What are you trying to think
What?
of?
What are you gonna Scooby Doo or some shit?
7 Samurai.
Oh my
Ah!
Missed opportunity.
I
Hey,
mean,
if we get
maybe
one-
when Grace and Rebecca join.
Well, that would be at 8.
Yeah, I know. I feel like there's something that has 8 in it, though.
The Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
But we're not exactly hateful.
Yeah,
Not
there it
yet.
is.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
I mean, yeah, if 1/8 of the group is hateful, can you call the entire group the Hateful Eight?
If they're the face of the group, then yes.
Then maybe Hateful Eight.
So, you guys continue following the brooch. Is that correct?
See.
Yes.
Yeah. Roger. Okay, so
Keeping
that means
an
I
eye
get,
out for this.
I get to
like-
use the previous D100 roll score. Okay.
Yeah. Keep an eye out for this like person that the people were describing.
Roll perception.
Sure, I'll just get a 7 on that one right there, Chief.
I can give you
11.
a hand if you want.
It's fine.
Yeah. If
Honestly.
you want to roll Kirsty, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
Like,
it's-
you know
might
that
be better
Rose
if-
is like keeping an eye out. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, we can put those numbers and we have a national tragedy. But no.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think
Oh.
Ray 2 would be way too focused on just trying to maintain this connection to be looking around.
Mm-hmm.
Abigail's like pointing out stuff as you guys go through because don't get me wrong, it's residential district.